Okay then, my fabulous phonics crew, are you ready to learn some new tricky words today? Right, well, we'll get to that in a second. Like always though, let's check our old sounds and let's make sure they're all in our heads ready in case we need to use them today. Yesterday, we were super speedy like Super Potato, weren't we? Today, today, why don't we use our best Super Potato superhero voices to say our sounds? So, when I hold up the card, I want you to shout it in your best superhero voice. Are you ready? Let's go. S. Oh. S. And it's a digraph. G. K. R. B. N. A. T. D. O. Oops. K. F. Digraph. E. P. I. K. O. A. V. W. X. J. Y. Z. Z. Well done. Ooh, I had some good superhero voices coming through to me then. Well done, guys. Are you sure you're not all actually superheroes? You're definitely superheroes of phonics flashcards these days. Well done, everybody. Right, new tricky words today. But before we look at our new ones, let's just practice our old ones quickly because we've not looked at these yet this week, have we? Should we do these ones in our Super Potato voice too? These ones will be easier to say in a superhero voice because they're words rather than just sounds. Are you ready? What's this one say? No! Let me hear those superhero voices, guys. I. What's this one? To. What's this one? Go. Ooh, this one. The. And this one. Into. Nice job. So, the orange ones are our phase 2 tricky words, aren't they? Those are the ones that we've learnt already. Now that we're learning some phase 3 sounds, we need to learn some phase 3 tricky words as well. We are going to learn 3 today. Not 1, not 2, but 3 today. And that's because we are getting so busy with our learning, aren't we? Let me show you the 3 for today. Before I tell you, let me get them so you can see them, guys. Before I tell you what they say, or before you think about what they say, have a look at them for me. Can you spot what's similar about all of them? What have they all got in them? Because that's going to be important for when we learn how to read them. Okay, have you had a good look? What have you spotted? Well done. All of today's tricky words have got an F in them, haven't they? They've all got 2 letters in them today. And the second letter, there's one of those ordinal numbers again, the second letter is an F in every single one. Ah. Now remember, what makes a tricky word tricky? Can you tell me? Well done. A tricky word is one of our words that we can't use our sounds to help us sound it out. We can't go w, e, we. Because if we did that, does that sound like a word we'd use? We. No, it doesn't, does it? So we have to remember these are tricky. We can't use our sounds to help us read them. We have to just take a picture in our heads and remember what they say so that when we see them or when we need to use one for writing, we remember, that's what that tricky word looks like. Let's look at our first one then. This tricky word says we. Can you say it? My turn. We. Your turn. Well done. Does anyone know what we means or how would we use it in a sentence? I just used it without realising. Well done. This word is what we say when we're talking about a group of us together. We are all in reception. We use our tricky word. It describes a group of people all together. We are learning how to say we. That's our job for today. Now the tricky part is, isn't it, is this second sound in our word today. We can sound out this one, w, but this one is the tricky part because it doesn't make our eh sound. It makes an e sound. So it says we. Get your cameras out for me, guys. Take a photo in your heads. Are you ready? We. Okay. Let's look at our next one then. Can anyone have a guess? If this one says we, what do you think this one says? Well done. This one says bee. Bee. Now it's not the buzzy bee that flies around. That's spelt differently. This one is where you're sort of describing something that you're going to do. So I am going to be your teacher. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be it. You are going to be 5 years old on your birthday. Okay, it's something you're going to do. This one says be. Now the tricky bit is the E again, but because we know from this one that it's making an E and not an E, we can use it to help us read this one. B. Ready? Get your cameras out. Take a picture. Okay, what does it say? It says be. We be. Are you ready for the last one? Who can guess, guys? What does this one say then? We know it's we and be. This one has got a different first sound, but that second sound is the same. So what could this one say? Well done. This one says me, and it's that sneaky E again. It's not making the S sound, so we just have to remember it's me. Get your cameras out then, guys. Me. Well done. So this word is when we're talking about ourselves. Me. I am me. Me, we, be. Okay. Now the way we can tell these ones apart is by looking at the first letter in each one. That gives us the clue for which one it is. So if it's a B, it must be B. If it's a W, it must be we. And if it's a M, it must be me. Okay. Can you read them in the quietest voice you've ever done? Let's whisper them to each other. Ready? What does this one say? Me. What does this one say? We. What does this one say? Be. Well done. Can you read them in a big shouty voice this time? Are you ready? We. Me. Oh, not too loud. Oh, I dropped it. Be. Well done. Can you read these ones in a dinky tiny fairy voice? Are you ready? Be. Me. We. Well done. Can you read them in a deep, low, giant voice? Are you ready? Be. We. Me. Well done. Good job, guys. Now, once we've got our head around these and we know that they're all very similar, they're easy peasy to read, aren't they? Right. Close your eyes for me for a second. Make sure they're closed. No peeking. Are they closed? Okay. Keep them closed. Keep them closed. Keep them closed. Open your eyes. Okay, can you tell me where me is? Is it on my head? Is it on my shoulder? Is it in my hand? Which one says me? Point to it for me. Well done. It's this one on my head. Okay. Which one says B? On my head, on my shoulder, or in my hand? Which one? B. Well done. It's in my hand. Okay. Which one says we? Head, shoulder, hand. Point to it for me. Well done. This one says we. Good job. Okay. This time then, let's do some more practicing. Make sure we know them really, really well. If I hold up me, you're going to give yourselves a big cuddle because you are me. Okay? Cuddle for me. If I hold up we, you're going to go wee and do a twirly finger for me. Okay? If I hold up B, then you're going to do a buzz, buzzy, buzzy bee for me. Okay? Now I know this isn't how you spell buzzy bee, but it'll still help us to remember it. Okay? And remember what our word says. So, cuddle yourself for me. Buzzy bee for bee. Wee for wee. Are you ready? Are you steady? This one. Me. Well done. This one. Bee. Well done. This one. Wee. Well done. This one. Wee. Well done. This one. Wee. Well done, everybody. Are you still reading carefully? I was trying to trick you. Well done if you're still thinking carefully. This one. Me. And this one. B. Well done, guys. Good job. Okay. Last game then, before I send you off to do some of your own games. Got my magic box with me. I'm going to put my cards in there. I'm going to give it a shape. Okay, and then I'm going to pull a card out at a time, and I'm not going to show you it straight away. I'm going to give you some clues, all right? Ooh. This tricky word starts with a M. Which one of our tricky words do you think it could be? We, be, or me, if it starts with a M? Have you had a guess? Are you ready? Well done, it's me. Me starts with M. Okay, put it back in, give it a shake. This tricky word starts with a B. Which one of today's tricky words starts with a B? We, me, or B? Which one? Well done, it's B. Good job. Shake a shake. Okay, this tricky word starts with a W. Which one? We, be, me? W. We. Well done, guys. Great job. So, hopefully, we've done lots of practicing there to help you get our new tricky words in your heads. We've got, shout it for me, B. We've got me. And we've got we. Well done. Now, for your phonics practicing time today, you've got some choices, guys. On the next card, I've put some letter formation that you could do to practice your tricky words. So you've got a table that you could fill in where you look at the tricky word, copy it in the next box, and then in the last box, cover it over and see if you can write it from your memory. Now, like always, you can print that table off to use if you'd like to, or you can just write it straight into your home learning book. That's absolutely fine. So you can fill in that sheet for me to practice if you'd like. Or if you want to practice those tricky words in a different way, on the next card, I've put lots and lots of games that you could play, all of which will help you practice recognising your new tricky words today. So on there are games like sticking your tricky words on a bucket and throwing a bean bag to see if you can get it in the bucket. So your grown-up might say, throw the beanbag at we, and you'd have to try and read the bucket, see which one says we, and then aim and see if you can score a goal by getting your beanbag in there. Or you might do it the other way. Throw your beanbag, see which bucket it lands in, and then read the word of the bucket that you've landed in, that you've scored a goal in. Another thing you might do is you might use your Lego bricks or your building bricks to make the words out of Lego, a bit like some of you did with your "y" for me the other day. You might get your Play-Doh out and make your words out of Play-Doh, or you could squish the Play-Doh down and push gems into it and make the letters out of gems. Or you could get a little cocktail stick and push holes into your Play-Doh and make your letters using dots. Oh gosh, there's lots and lots of ideas on that sheet that you can choose from to help you practice your tricky words today. Now definitely make sure you include our new tricky words in there, be, we and me. And then if you want extra words to make it extra challenging, you can use your phase 2 tricky words, and they are on your reading card for today. Okay? So today is all about practicing, reading and recognising your tricky words. Have lots of fun. Let me know which job you choose, and I'll see you after break, ready for our maths.